What is going on, guys? Sir Lewis here, live from Brazil, and today I'm going to give you guys a mega Bitcoin update, showing you guys technical analysis. You guys know I bring the best technical analysis and show you guys here in the charts from my perspective. I hope you guys like the new setup. I think I might use this from now on. It's just better without the webcam border. So I might live stream like this too. So I hope you guys like it. It shows me bigger too, so it's pretty good. So before this though, guys, join BTCC if you guys haven't joined yet. It really is my favorite place to trade and buy crypto because it's KYC free and VPN free. Basically, you could get this anywhere. You can use this anywhere and buy a crazy amount of crypto, right? A variety of cryptos. And if you use my link, which will be in the pin comment, you get 10% deposit bonus. And I love BTCC for trading because they have really good leverage trading, low fees, and up to like 500x, which is insane. But it is the one that every time I go live for live trading, live scalping, it's the one that I use. So if you want to trade with me, definitely check it out. So let's move on here to Bitcoin, which recently this week has surpassed Google. But what's insane is the markets move so fast that Bitcoin is back to number 8. Even silver and Google surpassed it again, according here to this website. But Bitcoin is still very bullish, and I'm going to show you guys here, go through a bunch of charts here and give you guys a really good thesis here and reasons why you should be bullish in the markets for Bitcoin, right? But one of the things, guys, is that Bitcoin this whole time has been front running the markets, the traditional markets. It's insane how accurate it's been, because even the beginning of the crash, Bitcoin was coming down, right? It was crashing, and then it took a bit, but the traditional markets later then crashed. But Bitcoin did it first. Now Bitcoin is starting to reverse, right? It's starting to move up, and then we see the traditional markets start to move up in a big, basically following Bitcoin. So it's amazing how Bitcoin has been front running the markets, and it's amazing how, look at this, Bitcoin was number 5, right? It passed Google, and now it's back. Is silver and Google both passed it. Even though Bitcoin is still at 90, it's still at the same price, even higher than when it passed it. But the reason why Google passed it again is because the traditional markets got more money flowing into it, right? Google got more money in total market cap than a day or two ago when Bitcoin passed it. So it's been crazy, right? So honestly, look, by the end of this bull market, I honestly believe Bitcoin can go from number 8 to number 2. And you might think that's crazy. Like, how is Bitcoin gonna surpass, Google? Well, not Google, but Amazon, Nvidia, Microsoft, and Apple at 3 trillion. And the reason why is because when you look at it, right, Apple at 3 trillion, 3.13, whatever. We go right here to marketcap.com, and basically here you compare market caps, and it shows you the price that Bitcoin would need to be to surpass or equal the market cap of any stock or crypto. So for example, let's do Apple, which is number 2 biggest asset in the world. Okay, we get Bitcoin, then we go right here, we get Apple, and voila, look at that. That's how much Bitcoin would have to be worth to be at the same market cap as Apple. And honestly, it's really reachable, this bull market cycle. 157, basically 158k, right? Because let's say by then maybe Apple is higher, but around 158k, that is very well reachable for Bitcoin, this bull market. And if Bitcoin does that, it's gonna be number 2 behind gold, which is insane, because we're going from number 8 to number 2. Okay, and in terms of flipping gold, I believe it will flip gold eventually. I just don't believe this decade. I would be very surprised if Bitcoin flips gold this decade. I really would. Well, there have to be some major change in the financial market, something that, maybe collapse the market. I mean, even if that does happen, gold is gonna get a lot of money flowing into it, like it has been the last, months. So, but either way, I believe next decade Bitcoin will flip gold sometime next decade. I don't know when, but 2030s, I believe that's when Bitcoin will flip gold. Just my opinion. But you can see right here, I mean, it's not too far for Bitcoin to surpass Apple in terms of market cap. So This is why I'm very bullish on Bitcoin. And what's amazing too, guys, is the market sentiment. This is one of my indicators that you guys can get in my WAP. If you guys didn't know, I have a WAP now. It's just way better than Patreon. Don't worry though, if you guys are on Patreon, it's still functioning. If you're on Patreon, it's just that I completely changed to WAP, and this is where because I'm gonna have my course on there as well. But this is one of the indicators that I coded that I have on WAP. It's called market sentiment, and we can see the market sentiment for Bitcoin has been still very low. Okay, even with it flipping Google, just think about that. Bitcoin flipping Google recently, and we're still very low in terms of market sentiment. So once you start to see these peaks like right here, like back in 2021, right, 27, once you start to see like this kind of like Mount Everest type of pattern over here, that's when you know that the peak will be in. And I'll keep you guys updated with that indicator. It's one of my favorite indicators that I coded because it's an indicator that's not based on just the charts and MAs, moving averages. It's based on the sentiment of the market. Now, one of the things here, guys, on why I'm bullish, we can see the stochastic. We're very oversold, and we're starting to move up, right? We're starting to change the momentum to the upside here on the weekly, which is good. But even more bullish is on the 2-week. On the 2-week, we're starting to get that flip right there, just like we did right here. Every time we got a flip here and oversold. Did I say overbought? I meant oversold. Every time we start to get this flip and oversold and we start to move up, you can see Bitcoin just takes off, right? Every time that happened right here in the 2-week, it's been very good for Bitcoin. So this is another reason why I've been bullish. And I've been, even on the way down, I've been very bullish because Bitcoin is resetting here. And I believe, look, honestly, next time we're up here, overbought on the 2-week, the top will probably be in. That'll probably be the top. Bitcoin could be at 150K, wherever it is. So the 2-week is very important. The monthly as well. The monthly the momentum is still down, right? But very, very soon we're gonna start to flip here for the momentum going to the upside. And this is another thing too on the monthly, right? When we're up here on the monthly and overbought, that could be a sign of the top as well. Okay, but I don't think this was the top. And one of the big things too is every single bull market we have a big. We come down for Bitcoin just like we did right here. Here was worse, believe it or not, because here we came down more than 50%. This one, they made it seem worse than, based on the stats, they made it seem worse than the Luna crash, right? With the market, the Luna crash, because altcoins went down crazy. But when you really compare it for Bitcoin, it's not as bad as the other crashes from the past. Okay, and look, we can come down here. I'll show you so many bullish things here on the weekly as well. The Gaussian channel, look at this major support here that we got to bounce on the Gaussian channel on the weekly, just like we did right here back at what was this, 52K, right? Bouncing right off the Gaussian channel on the weekly. We got to bounce right there. Look at that, beautiful. But we went in it, but we didn't close in it. You see that? You see why the closing is everything? Because we can go down here, capitulation down, but we close up here, and look at that. So the Gaussian channel looking great on the weekly, great bounce. Okay, now we can go right here to my indicator, the fib waves. Fib waves coming down here into the orange zone based on Fibonacci. Same thing that happened here back in last bull market, right? This one was more exaggerated though, because we had that, this huge euphoric move to the upside that was so fast, right? You can see this was very fast compared to this, this is way much mature than here, where we had this huge move to the upside. But then we come down here in the summer in the orange zone, and then that was the bottom, and then we go here for double top. And now we're in the orange zone again, and we got to bounce off the orange zone based on my indicator, the fib waves. Okay, and look, I can go down these indicators and show you how bullish they are. The pi cycle indicator, which has accurately predicted the past 2 cycle tops, boom and boom, is still very far from a top. And the reason why is because it tops. It tells you the top once this the 111, and I believe what's the other one, the 350 MA, basically become one and tighten up. So you see right here how it tightens up, right? It meets basically. We are still very far from that. So maybe when Bitcoin starts to move up, maybe to 150K, 170 or whatever. It's going to do something like this possibly. And then once it meets wherever Bitcoin is, maybe even over 200, that'll probably be the sign at the top. So that's another indicator why I'm bullish on Bitcoin. And then we have the Sir Lewis 6MA. These are my 6MAs. This is the indicator that I have that shows you my top 6MAs. They're all very, very important. So here on the weekly, we can see that Bitcoin has been holding. Every single time frame is a different important holding, right? So on the weekly, we've been holding that 50MA like a boss, right? On this drop, we held it right there. This is the 50MA, that purple MA right there. You see that? Just like right here back in 53K, bounce, right? This is exact. Look, if I put the Gaussian channel, look at this. You see that? Gaussian channel with my MAs. You see Bitcoin has been bouncing off that 50 on the weekly. It's been holding it as support. So once it breaks that, once it closes below that, that's going to be a bad signal. And then we go on the 2 weekly. On the 2 weekly, instead of the 50 MA, we have the 25. Is it the 25? Let me just double check. The 25 MA. So we have the 25 moving average as support, just like right here in 53, 54K, bounce, and then right here again. So you can see every single time frame is a different support, and it shows you the strength here for Bitcoin bouncing off these critical levels, right? And then we have the log waves, my favorite one that I created, which is all in my WAP, my membership. And it just shows you the long-term perspective here that we are still, I don't believe we are near the top yet, because I believe we'll top out somewhere around here based on the log waves, right? Wherever we meet right here with the red zone, wherever it is, I believe that's where the top will be. Okay, so I'll be keeping you guys updated on all these indicators. If you guys want to get access to these indicators, it's on my WAP. The lowest tier is the bronze tier for $8. I think it's a great deal. There's so many platforms out there that overpay people for just simple indicators, but you guys can check out mine on the WAP. And don't forget to join BTCC and definitely follow for more, guys. I'm going to do more live streams and keep you guys updated even while being here in Brazil. So love you guys so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.